Hey, maybe Mr. Dumet is in the back office. You could just ask him about cigarettes.
Jackpot. Erin, I found the key.
Why don't I go check for a gift shop or something? I've already had one asthma attack today, and this dust farm is exactly what I don't need.
A gift shop might have cigarettes.
Exactly.
Atta girl. Hello? Mr. Dumet? Hello?
Good morning to you all. I'm Chester Bell, Assistant Director at the Federal Bureau of Investigation. At approximately 0530 local time, a team led by Special Agent Hector Monday and supported by law enforcement officers conducted a raid of a motel room just outside Birmingham, Alabama, to apprehend Manny Sherman, the man known as the Beast of Arkansas. Using state-of-the-art psychological profiling techniques, Special Agent Monday and members of his task force not only identified their suspect, but predicted his movement with unerring accuracy. I'm delighted to say, we have our man.
Yes! Yes! Of course it wants exact change. Damn it! Fuck. Next round's on me. Promise. Yes. Come to daddy. Oi. Oi! Oh, no, 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 please, come on, no! Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Lord. Ha! What? No, come on, you piece of shit. Don't do this to me. Antique rubbish. Give them to me. Give me my cigarettes! Right, you. That's it. I'm gonna go and get my key grip, and they are gonna kick the shit out of you.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm still in the bar.
I think it's dinner time. We should get everyone else.
Okay, I'm coming. And I'm coming back for you with a fucking pry bar.
Are you alone in there? Who's that behind the bar?
What?
Hey, I had a thought on an intro segment.
You want to shoot now?
Yeah, if we get it shot and in the bank, maybe Charlie will stop rewriting everything I come up with.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
What?
Nothing. Just give me a sec, and I'll be good to go.
I'm supposed to buy nothing is eating away at you?
Yes.
How many times have you cleaned that lens?
I'm just prepping my gear.
Really?
Yeah.
Always focusing on the detail, Mark. What about taking a huge risk and just do something? I watched you fuss for a whole week before you turned down that job offer, all because you had to take one extra train to get there.
The job wasn't the right move. The train thing confirmed it.
Flimsy. I don't buy it.
You don't have to buy it. Come on, let's just shoot this.
Let's use natural light so we can do it alone.
Didn't the lobby have skylight?
I don't remember. I just want to look decent.
You look good in any light. I'm not worried.
You trying to butter me up?
Yes. Is it working?
Marginally.
I'll take it.
Mark, why are you letting them all think I broke up with you? I feel like if Jamie knew the truth, she might back off.
I mean, they all just assumed.
I can't decide if that's sweet or selfish. Or both.
We're hitting the golden hour. We should be able to find a good spot.
I don't know why you camera dorks call it that. It's 15 minutes at best.
Yes and no, if you have the right reflector.
15 minutes at the most. Look, let's go find some light and get started. Thanks for doing this.
You're only asking me because your arms are too short for a good selfie angle.
My arms are not short. Where to?
The balcony would make for a cool angle.
Let's find a way up there. How's the new place?
It'll do for now.
Do you like it?
It's just a place to keep my shit and crash. Short-term lease, so I can take my time to find something I really like.
But... smart plan.
You said I needed to be out, so I got out.
I was complimenting you.
Yeah, just saying.
I was worried you'd be sleeping on the couch in the studio while you obsessed over finding the perfect place with the right wall color near the proper train station or bus stop or...
Maybe we should just add this topic to our discussion no-fly zone list.
Whoa there, bucko.
I was just checking for light.
Remember our talk about boundaries? I need my room to be my private, safe place.
Sometimes I'm glad we went to therapy. Other times, it makes for some weird-ass rules. So, since we can't do it tomorrow, is next weekend okay to come and get my stuff? There's something back here. So if... Shit. That scared the fuck out of me. Huh. Guess we're not totally alone.
Yeah, I feel like Dumet is the kind of dude who loses his shit if you break his rules.
Oh, what was your first clue? When he took away our phones like we were kind of teenagers? This takes me back. I used to carve the hell out of my desk in middle school.
Rebel. Look at this wallpaper.
There. See that key? Just need to find a way through.
This is old as hell.
Everything here is old as hell.
I was expecting an old exterior, but remodeled inside. Looks like Dumet is trying to preserve things.
Can't be easy all the way out here.
I like antiques as much as the next person, but at some point you have to give up the ghost.
There's gotta be a way through.
Rot is gonna set in.
Right. That's it.
What?
Since we got here, I've been smelling something faint, distant. Can't place it. It's decay.
Old house. Island beaches with dead fish, animals in the wood. Could be anything.
Whatever it is, it's dead as hell. keep your head down. This should work.
Mark? You okay in there?
I'll be right back. You can do this. Got it. Whoa.
Just come on. It's not that high.
My vertigo is saying otherwise. What are you worried about, Miss Always Be Camera Ready? You look amazing as usual. Kate, check this out. It's his hat.
Who?
H.H. Holmes. Fuck!
You okay?
No! This fucking thing popped out of nowhere. See?
What is it? Some kind of animatronic?
Yeah, a fucked up looking one.
It can't hurt you.
It scared you.
It scared you twice.
Hey, Charlie, it's 8. Dinner time.
Damn it. We didn't get anything.
There's still time.
Come on, let's not keep Charlie waiting or we'll never hear the end of it.
Hey, be civil with Charlie.
He's the one who chose to be uncivil blowing up on me when all I did was my job. I'm the one doing the talking on camera, not him.
Come on, you came in hot on him and you know it. Not that you're wrong, but you know he meets anger with more anger.
This is on him, Mark, not me.
I know Charlie can be a pain in the ass.
Did you see his notes?
Yeah, I saw them.
I can't say half the shit he writes. It may look good on the page, but there's more to it. I'm trying to help, and he throws it back in my face.
Because he thinks you're just trying to get content for your showreel.
What if I was?
That's how directors have to be. It's their job. They have a vision. Ego has to play into it a little bit. That's why I just shut up and point the camera.
That doesn't mean he has to be an asshole.
No, but imagine if you were in his shoes, 40-something, still waiting for your big break. Kate, this show is the closest he'll ever have to success.
I guess. Doesn't matter. One way or another, I am moving on from Lonnet Entertainment.
I guess I thought we'd move on together, like a team.
Mark, look, this isn't your passion. It's just a job for you until you get your name out there as a photographer. You can't expect...
I know. I hate this shitty documentary stuff. Charlie has got a clue about how to frame a shot, let alone tell a story.
And get on with it.
You're right.
Charlie would replace us in a second if he wouldn't be inconveniencing himself. He's using us. I deserve better than this. So do you. We all do.
Kate! Mark! Dinner is on. Aren't you hungry?
Yeah, on our way!
Great.
Did he hear us?
Obviously, Mark.
Hey, guys. Think it's okay if we pour some wine?
God, please do.
Has anyone seen Mr. Dumet? Shouldn't we wait for him?
Just poor Mark.
Who doesn't show up to their own dinner party? None of you did anything to piss him off, did you?
No, Dad. Him not showing certainly tracks with every other Lonnet Entertainment inside source.
Come on, Kate.
Hello? Mr. Dumet? Dinner time! Ah, Mr. Dumet. I love what you've done with your hair. We started on the wine. Hope that's all right with
Demet? Yeah, that dude ain't coming.
you. Wait. What? Why?
He saw all the snide things you tweeted from his limo.
I didn't.
What are you talking about, Jamie?
He got back aboard the ferry and left.
What? When?
Right after we got to our rooms.
He just left.
You're sure?
Can't be. You must be mistaken.
I'm not blind. I know what I saw.
Why would he leave?
That makes no sense.
They're in a big-ass hurry. Guess you were right. There was some kid here.
I saw them together when I was looking for my room.
Must be his kid, right? Didn't he say something about family?
I don't remember. Either way, why did they leave? Does that mean we're the only ones here?
Why would he invite us here and to dinner and then just leave?
I'm sure he has his reasons. Who knows what could have cropped up?
Maybe he ordered pizza for dinner and the dock is as far as they deliver.
This could work to our advantage.
How?
Well, think about it. We're still here, surrounded by perfect visuals. The plan is still on track.
There has to be a legit reason he left. We shouldn't leap to conclusions.
Or maybe he's just plain crazy. It wouldn't be the first time Charles booked an expert who's nothing more than a serial killer groupie.
Not that I want to agree with you, like, ever. But that's what I've been saying. Demet is no damn good.
But that doesn't explain why he's ditched out on us.
He had to go back to establish an alibi.
What are you...
You know. So when our bodies wash up on the other side of the lake, he has plausible deniability.
Oh, God, Jamie.
Can you stop trying to make this worse?
You're not helping.
Okay, fine. Just don't come crying to me if you end up dead.
What is wrong with you?
I'm just saying.
Guess you never found your cigarettes.
Incorrect. I found an extra special pack of invisible cigarettes. In fact, I'm smoking one right now. See?
That explains why you're in such a great mood.
So what are we doing? We just gonna sit here and pretend to eat? What's the plan, Charlie?
Maybe if we all just sit here quietly and wish really hard, the magical post-production pixies will just assemble a cut for us and send it to the network.
Let's raise a glass to the post-production pixies and Charlie's brilliant plans.
Now, I would like to toast all of you. Really. I know that I'm the butt of your jokes, and that's just my cross to bear as the patriarch of our little family. Mark and Jamie, the two of you do the work of a team of 10. And Kate, despite our bickering, you are the heart of this show. You keep people interested. And finally, to our newest recruit, Erin, we would be lost without you. Who else could we trust to remember every little detail? Thank you all for your hard work. Cheers.
Cheers.
To us.
Mazel tov.
What we can get here can take the show to the next level.
Sure, if we have time to get it all.
Yeah, he totally heard us.
Nah, there's no way he'd say all that nice shit if he heard us.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about it right this second.
You brought it up.
What was that, Kate?
Nothing important, just spitballing some ideas.
I think she'll look best if we can really make the backgrounds look as creepy as possible.
Shouldn't be hard.
Does anyone else think it's weird Dumet hasn't showed up yet?
Yeah, I don't think he's coming.
What do we want to do first, Charles? You're the boss.
Thank you. I think it makes sense for us to start in the lobby. There's still decent light to work with, and it's symbolically where things would begin in the murder castle.
With what lights already in there, we just need to set up a couple of our own.
We can make it look as if it were lit by gaslight.
Perfect.
What if Dumet shows up?
If he tells us to stop, I'm going to be having a strong word with him. He's put us in this position. All right, everyone grab what they need, and we'll meet in the lobby. Let's be as professional as possible from here on in, please. No mistakes. Perfection. If he comes back, I don't want him to see us fucking about or arguing.
Good call. We're on it. Right, guys?
Fantastic. I love to hear that.
Shouldn't take me long at all.
Great. Great. Great.
Hello? Guys? Is that you?
Bury me deep, Your Honor. Make sure they fill my pine box with cement. Put me deeper than any. Cement costs, trust me. Just being dead ain't enough to stop me from killing again. Want you to worry.
It's way too late for that. Conrad already ran off. We'll find it. Please, try to relax, okay? This can be a great getaway from everything. Oh, yes. Your 8-year-old daughter will have so much fun looking at those creepy animatronics. Or the serial killer library. Or can you hear yourself? If you stop worrying for 2 seconds, you might actually enjoy something. Enjoy myself? I gave up on that years ago. Just trust me, will you? I never wanted to come here. But we're here now.
My Don't Be Scared song. Sing it and I won't be scared long.
Damn it. Breakers. Shit. Hello? Mr. Demet? Might be time to join the 21st century, guys. Great. Into the creepy maintenance room in the creepy hotel on the creepy island to shoot a doc about serial killers all alone and without my stun gun. Choices, Jamie. Make better choices. This is your own damn fault. Thank God. Something from this century.
weather storm warning for the Greater Lakes area. High winds and heavy rainfall are expected by 10 p.m. Central Time. Repeat, this is a severe weather storm warning for the Greater Lakes area. High winds and heavy rainfall are expected by 10 p.m. Central Time. Repeat.
The hell? Damn it!
I had to build my own little castle, just like Holmes did. Most people like me do their business where their target lives. That's just asking to get caught. Holmes had the right idea. It's all about the honey trap. You bring me some smokes, like I asked? Lucky Reds? Yes. Oh, these are like gold in here. Damn, that's good. So yeah, the honeypot. Holmes built a hotel about a mile from the World's Fair and called it the World's Fair Hotel, and bought ad space in papers alongside ads for the expo. Rubes from far and wide assumed it was the official hotel. Ma and Pa Kettle take a train in from Nebraska. Takes 3 days. They roll up into that joint ready to rest, get to their room, and whoops, what do you know? Holmes had a gas pipe hidden under the bed and poisons them. Or maybe he pulls a trap door on them. Maybe he separates them and makes one watch through a window while he slits the other's throat. That's the advantage of a honeypot. No shortage of targets. That's why I picked all those houses north of the airport. That whole neighborhood was scheduled for demolition, and yet all those lovely realtor ladies must not have gotten the memo. Call up as a contractor. Tell them I'm flipping. Have them meet me out there. And look at that. We're the only 2 people for miles. The first couple times I'd wait for a plane to fly over just to hide their screams, but after a while I realized they could scream as loud as they wanted. No one was going to hear a thing. That's what I remember most. Those screams. You can try to understand why I am the way I am. You can forensic science up all the data you want. But you'll never know. You'll never know, Monday. You'll never really know how it feels when you watch the fire burn out of somebody.
How are we looking, Jamie?
Little electrical drama, but we're about good to go.
This looks great. Very gaslight.
If we had a grip with some foil, I could get a good flicker effect going.
This will be fine.
I just got a bit more to do once Kate's standing there. Shouldn't be more than a few minutes. Hey, thanks for that stuff you said at dinner. It was nice to hear.
We're all on the same side. Sometimes we forget.
What the hell?
Hey, help! Somebody help me! I can't see a thing! Guys, please!
Aaron?
Get me out of here! I can't see a thing!
Door's stuck.
Break it open!
It's not budging. Aaron? It's okay. We're right here. You're not hurt, are you?
Just open the door!
Move! Move, Charlie!
We're here, Aaron. Just try to stay calm.
Count your breaths. 1, 2, 3, in. 1, 2, 3, out.
We need to break through this thing.
Guys, I I can't.
Go and look for something to knock this door down. Me and Mark will try and force it open.
Who's there? Get away from me! Okay. Easy, easy. In and out.
Hey.
You're okay now. You're safe.
What? Did you see him?
Come on.
He was... Somebody was right there. In there with me.
Erin, it's just a dummy.
No, it was not a dummy. He had a hat on, like H.H. Holmes.
Charles, you're working her to death. Now she's hallucinating shit from the show?
I did not.
Nothing bad happened, Erin. You're okay. No one is in there. Let's all just calm down, get Erin back to her room for a rest.
I'm not fucking tired.
Let's go.
Come on, Erin.
Ah, there you are. I think Erin's shown signs of serious pluck, wouldn't you say? Now, where's our wayward host, Mr. Dumet? Apparently, he's left the island. How very rude not to stay for dinner. Charlie managed to rally the troops, though, and a good thing. The road ahead is full of challenges. I can only observe, and it can be frustrating to watch. In some ways, I envy you. I only record events. You get to shape them. You'd better get back to things before one of our friends makes a poor choice on their own.
Let's just all take a deep breath and not lose our minds.
No, Charles. We're done. This has been weird every step of the way, and now it's getting scary.
Oh, relax.
I'm serious. Everything about this is off.
Kills me to admit it, but Kate is right. Somebody tried to attack Erin.
We don't know that's what actually happened.
I know what I saw.
In the dark.
You think I'm making this up?
Everyone relax, okay? Just give me a second to think.
Excuse you.
And exit stage left, our oh-so-confident and sure leader.
What was that?
Charlie is thinking, which looks a lot like a temper tantrum.
Maybe he's right. If we don't crush this episode, we're all screwed.
Are you kidding me?
What? I'm just
I've
saying.
been waiting on you for ages to actually make a decision about something. Anything. And now this is when you suddenly choose to take a stand?
Sorry, maybe I'm crazy, but if Erin says somebody came for her, I believe her.
We're not safe here.
It was just a dummy.
You think I'm lying? Really?
I think maybe you're just confused about what you saw in the dark.
I know what I saw.
Right. Here's the plan.
We've already got a plan. It's leaving.
Just listen. We cannot jump to conclusions. I'm going to go and find Dumet and get clear on everything. Everything is going to be fine, okay? And we're going to get the footage we need.
He didn't show for dinner. What makes you think you can find him now?
A positive attitude. You should try it sometime.
Bravo, Charles. Your delusions make for such great plans.
Demet left. I saw it, remember?
Maybe he's back now.
Maybe he's not.
Would it kill you to think positively just once?
I guess as far as Charlie ideas go, it's not the worst he's ever had.
It's not even the worst idea I've had this evening.
Don't go patting yourself on the back. I still think your priorities are fucked.
Whatever. I'm going.
I'm coming with you.
Wait. Do you have to go?
I'll be right back. Promise. Just stay put so I know where to find you, okay?
I don't care what he says. I'm done. I'm getting my shit together.
Kate.
I'm leaving, Mark. You coming or not? Aaron saw someone.
Okay, you're right. Sorry. It's just Charlie said...
We're not safe here. That outweighs having a damn job.
You're right. Let's go. Aaron, everything's gonna be okay. Wait here.
Can't you just stay here while I pack up my stuff?
I don't want to waste any time. I'm right around the corner. Let's all be quick. We'll be right back. I promise.
No, don't... Sorry, just... Still freaked out. Can you leave it open so you guys can hear me?
Of course.
Okay, genius. Where are we going to look first for Demet?
I'm not looking for Dumet. I'm scouting for shots. If he pops up along the way, great.
Jesus. You really don't care about anything else, do you?
Of course I care.
Tell that to Kate.
You know as well as I do, if we're set...
Torture chambers, secret passageways, vats of acid, and deadly vaults. In 1895, Chicago police unearthed horrific evidence of torture and multiple murders at the sprawling castle of H.H. Holmes. Masquerading under the guise of caring doctor, kind husband, and prominent businessman, H.H. Holmes was a contemporary monster, designing his buildings solely for the disposal of human bodies. Torture Doctor, Monster of 63rd Street. H.H. Holmes was America's first serial killer. Just south of Chicago, the suburb of Inglewood was thriving with commerce. The train station itself had 9 leading lines of railway and over 100 trains stopping there every day. No other suburb of Chicago had this luxury.
Dr. Henry Howard Holmes. A pleasure to meet you.
Arriving in Chicago, Holmes finds work immediately at the E.S. Holton drugstore, located at the southeast corner of 63rd and Wallace in Englewood. Several months later, Everett Holton dies of supposed natural causes. Then Claire Holton, his wife, disappears after selling the drugstore to Holmes. Owning the drugstore, Holmes had a steady flow of cash. He would often purchase and resell goods and properties under his numerous aliases. In addition to scamming creditors, Holmes obtained his funds from other phony inventions, such as a mineral water elixir, which in reality was obtained from the city's water supply. 1888, Holmes secures a lease on the vacant property across the street from the drugstore, the southwest corner of 63rd and Wallace. It is here that Holmes will make his horrific dreams come true. He will construct a building for which the entire world will remember him.
Fantasies start very young. And so what he did then was he took a step furtherance of his fantasies to make it reality. And probably, if we had done a little bit of an investigation back then, we would have seen things like his plans, but not just plans for a building, because we'd expect to see architectural plans, but plans for his torture rooms.
For the suburb of Englewood, the building Holmes is erecting at 63rd and Wallace is a massive construction project. Day after day, passers-by stop to gaze at the spectacle of the many laborers working together to create a magnificent new edifice in their neighborhood. Englewood residents were so impressed with the massive building that they named it the Castle. From its outward appearance, it seemed rather normal. But like the duality of Holmes, the exterior and interior of the building were extremely different.
Holmes himself was the architect of the building. He was the only one who knew its design. There was this constant turnover of workers on the building. He would hire a mason to put in a wall and then fire the guy, or hire somebody to put in part of a staircase and then fire him. And there seemed to be several very sinister reasons behind that. One was he managed not to pay a lot of these people because he was always claiming that they were doing incompetent work. But the other, much more insidious reason was that no one except him really had a clear idea of what the structure of the interior of the house was. He had a huge bank vault installed in one of the rooms. And the way he did it was he put the vault in first while the building was under construction, and then built the room around it. And he bought this thing on credit and then refused to pay for it. The bank company said they were going to repossess the vault. Holmes said, well, come on in and do, but if you damage my building in any way, I'm going to sue you for everything you're worth.
The bottom floor of the castle housed a pharmacy, jewelry store, barber shop, restaurant, and a blacksmith shop. Behind this innocent facade was a Gothic house of horrors designed by the mind of a monster. The third floor seemed innocent enough, containing rented rooms, legitimate offices, and Holmes's own bedroom. But it was the second floor that contained 35 rooms, many specifically designed as killing chambers. Disorienting unsuspecting victims, the labyrinthian construction contained numerous staircases and doorways that led nowhere. For a quick method of hiding a victim's body, a concealed greased chute and trapdoor led directly into the basement of the castle. basement held the most terrifying rooms, resembling a medieval torture dungeon. Acid vats, quicklime pits, and a crematorium disguised as a glass-bending furnace were Holmes's favorite methods of immediate body disposal. After cleaning and mounting their bones, Holmes would profit from his victims by selling their skeletons to local medical schools and universities. Holmes would make a killing in Chicago, financially and literally. May 1st, 1893, the World's Columbian Exposition is open to the public in Chicago. Spanning 600 acres, sprawled out along beautiful Lake Michigan, the magnificent fair is a monumental sight to behold. Over 20 million people from around the world would attend the dazzling World's Fair between May 1st and October 30th, 1893. Holmes utilizes the World's Fair as the perfect opportunity to capitalize on his demented design of the castle. Located only a few miles from the World's Fair, Holmes's castle was perfect lodging for tourists. Holmes decides to rent rooms to visitors of the fair. He entirely renovates the upper floors of the castle, bringing in the most modern furnishings and luxuries, all purchased on credit, which Holmes had no intention of repaying. In addition to placing newspaper ads for rooms to rent, Holmes visited the fair with several of Benjamin Peitzel's children, preying on elderly women who flaunted their wealth, making sure he invited them back to the castle for a warm night's stay in a soft bed.
They're not calling their relatives telling them where they're at. They just know that they're going to Chicago to see the Columbian Exposition. Perfect victims, because they're unknown in the city. Their relatives, wherever they came from, know that they were coming to Chicago, and they never came back. Now, how do you start to find them? They don't even know where they stayed. Perfect, easy victims. I'm sure some of them got in and out of his place with no problem. And others, they walked in and they never checked out.
Some of the rooms had been completely lined with asbestos to make them soundproof.
Hidden in Holmes's office was a master control panel which connected to gas lines leading into airtight sleeping chambers. Holmes would lead his victims into the rooms, lock them in, and turn on the gas, asphyxiating them while watching their demise.
Let me out! Holmes, let me out, please! Holmes! Holmes! Holmes, please! Holmes!
At the height of the World's Fair, Holmes masterfully juggles his castle businesses, renting rooms, dodging creditors, selling skeletons, and attending to the needs of the many women in his life.
I have had many young ladies in my employ, most of whom are still living in and about Chicago, whose parents and friends know only too well that far from being their seducer, I have done much to materially help them in their narrow lives.
Being a personable, attractive young doctor and businessman, Holmes won the hearts of many women throughout his life. At one point, Holmes managed to secretly have 3 wives, each never knowing of the others. In 1890, Julia Connor became Holmes's employee and mistress, living at the castle with her daughter Pearl. When she became pregnant and demanded marriage, Holmes agreed on the condition that she allowed him to perform an abortion on her. She agreed. Neither Julia nor her daughter Pearl were ever seen again. Just a week later, Holmes sold a clean, articulated skeleton to the Hahnemann Medical College for nearly $200. In 1892, Holmes acquired another mistress, Emmeline Cigrand, and employed her as private secretary. Holmes sent Emmeline into the vault to retrieve some papers and sealed it, suffocating her to death. Several weeks later, the University of Chicago acquired a female skeleton from Dr. Holmes. In 1893, Minnie Williams became Holmes's new private secretary and eventually his mistress. Minnie was the beneficiary of a property in Fort Worth, Texas, valued at over $40,000. Holmes murdered Minnie and her younger sister Nanny after having Minnie sign over the Fort Worth property to him. In 1894, Georgiana Yoke became Holmes's 3rd wife. He married her under the name Henry Mansfield Howard. Like his other legitimate wives, Georgiana lived out her entire life. On July 19, 1895, Chicago police enter the Holmes castle. The world would now learn of the horrors that the castle had kept secret for so very long. As disoriented detectives and police searched the upper floors of the castle, the true depths of Holmes's evil were waiting in the basement. Among the death devices in the basement of the castle, investigators find piles of mixed human and animal bones, bloody women's undergarments, and a wooden dissection table saturated with dried blood. Chicago police were inundated with names of people reported missing from the World's Fair. 50 missing people were eventually traced to the Castle of Horrors. The evidence, blood and bones found in the basement posed a problem for 19th century criminal investigative techniques.
It was very difficult to go and identify even the bones as being human in origin, because with the very small fragments you didn't have enough of the identifying characteristics to be able to make that ID.
The world is now calling Holmes the Monster of 63rd Street, Torture Doctor, and the Modern Bluebeard. Overnight, Holmes transforms from arch-swindler to arch-fiend. A Chicago journalist calls Holmes a multi-murderer.
The Holmes case generated this incredible amount of national attention and really international attention. Really, in his own time and in America, Holmes was much more notorious and more widely known than Jack the Ripper, who was a contemporary of his. Then as now, people were very, very fascinated to sort of visit the sites of these terrible crimes. And his castle became a kind of tourist site. And there were various people who wanted to take it over and turn it into a kind of murder museum. And then, just before some impresario was about to make it again into this tourist attraction, it burnt down. Somebody burnt it down. I mean, it could have been, who knows, some outraged citizen who didn't want this to become some very morbid tourist attraction. Holmes's trial was kind of the O.J. Simpson trial of the day. It just generated this huge amount of publicity. The case had become a kind of national obsession. Of course, there wasn't CNN or Court TV back then, so it couldn't be covered quite as relentlessly, but it was covered very, very extensively. There were true crime books and pamphlets and all kinds of stuff. And Holmes himself had become a sort of folk figure almost, the sort of national boogeyman.
The courtroom fills for the final verdict to be read. Holmes becomes extremely nervous when not one of the jury members looks at him. In his entire criminal career, this is the moment Holmes never believed would occur. He is found guilty of murder in the first degree. Herman Webster Mudgett, alias H.H. Holmes, would be hanged on May 7th, 1896.
While Holmes was in jail, awaiting the execution of the sentence, he was made an offer by William Randolph Hearst, supposedly for a significant amount of money, to provide his confessions. Holmes, who had already issued about a half a dozen completely self-contradictory versions of his crimes, clearly at this point felt he had nothing to lose. He was going to die anyway. In this confession, he did a complete about-face and portrayed himself as the worst monster who ever lived. He just basically confessed to every crime anybody had ever suspected him of and threw in a few more for good measure.
He's reliving the fantasies after the fact now. He's reliving the fantasies of things that he did.
She was very willing to do this and prepared to leave the vault upon completing the letter, only to learn that the door would never again be opened until she had ceased to suffer the tortures of a slow and lingering death. The partial excavation in the walls of this room found by the police was caused by Latimer's endeavoring to escape by tearing away the solid brick and mortar with his unaided fingers. I closed the door and turned on both the oil and steam to their full extent. In a short time, not even the bones of my victim remained. It was the footprint of Nanny Williams that was found upon the painted surface of the vault door, made during her violent struggles before death. Only one difficulty presented itself. It was necessary for me to kill him in such a manner that no struggle or movement of his body should occur. I overcame this difficulty by first binding him hand and foot, and having done this, I proceeded to burn him alive by saturating his clothing and his face with benzene and igniting it with a match. As soon as he had ceased to breathe, I cut his body into pieces, and by the combined use of gas and corn cobs, proceeded to burn it with as little feeling as though it had been some inanimate object. I immediately took them to the Vincent Street house and compelled them to get within the large trunk, through the cover of which I had made a small opening and ended their lives by connecting the gas with the trunk. Then came the opening of the trunk and the viewing of their little blackened and distorted faces. Then the digging of their shallow graves in the basement of the house. The ruthless stripping off of their clothing and the burial without a particle of covering save the cold earth. I am convinced that since my imprisonment, I have changed woefully and gruesomely from what I was formerly in feature and figure. My features are assuming a pronounced satanical cast. My head and face are gradually assuming an elongated shape. I believe fully that I am growing to resemble the devil.
On the gallows, just before he died, he recanted. He claimed that the confession that he had published was a complete fabrication.
The extent of my wrongdoing in the taking of human life consists in contriving the killing of 2 women that have died at my hands as a result of criminal operations. That is all I have to say.
H.H. Holmes is hanged on Thursday, May 7th, 1896, just 9 days before his 35th birthday. At 10:25 a.m., he is pronounced dead.
He was very concerned that after his execution, his body would be dug up either by medical men seeking to dissect his brain and find out what made him tick, or just ghoulish sort of, souvenir hunters, and he requested that he be buried within a big slab of concrete, which he actually was. One of the things about Holmes is that nobody knows for sure how many people he actually killed, although in my researches, which were pretty, I feel, thorough and extensive, it seemed very clear to me that he murdered at least 9 people. There have been stories that he killed 50, 100, countless people, particularly in Chicago at the height of the World's Fair.
How many people did Holmes actually murder? Most likely, no one will ever know. Holmes and the many other people that came in contact with him are long gone, having taken the answers with them to their graves.
I was born with the devil in me. I could not help the fact that I was a murderer no more than the poet can help the inspiration to sing. I was born with the evil one standing as my sponsor beside the bed where I was ushered into the world, and he has been with me since.